The UN's top court will stop holding hearings in September into a maritime border dispute between Somalia and Kenya, which may decide the fate of potentially lucrative oil and gas reserves. Kenya is banking on the UN to begin the process to enable the country exploit its resources believed to be underneath the Indian Ocean seabed. Trevor is here with more. Trevor?
Well, thanks, Gladys. Like you mentioned there, Kenya is seeking UN's convention to map out the territorial borders with Somalia in terms of Indian Ocean, actually. What is at stake is really quite a lot here. We're talking about mineral reserves that could amount to millions, even billions. But under the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea, also known as the Law of the Sea, a coastal state like Kenya has sovereign rights to explore and exploit, conserve, and even manage the natural resources in its exclusive economic zone. Now, such a zone, Gladys, extends to a maximum of 370 kilometers. That's about 200 nautical miles from the edge of the territorial sea. However, the UN Convention provides that countries with opposite or adjacent coasts must delimit their zones by applying international law to avoid conflict with the other nations. Now, the area with potential reserves of oil and gas stretches more than 100,000 square kilometers into the ocean, and that is where the bone of contention lies. Somalia, which lies to the north of Kenya, wants the maritime border to run along the line of the land border to the southeast. That is the red line you're seeing down there. Kenya, however, wants the sea border to go in a straight line east, giving it more sea territory. That's the green line you're seeing over there. Somalia's claim threatens to take away about 64,000 square kilometers from Kenya's territorial waters. That is including part of Lamu Oil Exploration Basin, Gladys. And Kenya has already licensed several companies to prospect for oil in the disputed patch of the ocean as part of its ambitious plan to search for oil and gas, both on and offshore. Gladys?
So, Trevor, is there a possibility of a diplomatic row?
Well, absolutely, Gladys. It will mainly be between two main gentlemen, that is the presidents of both states, that is President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya and President Sheikh Mohamud of Somalia. The territorial disputes are very sensitive subjects, Gladys, considering Kenya has already offered Somalia support against Al-Shabaab, and now there's the closure of Dadaab refugee camp, which hosts over 350,000 Somali refugees. But we'll just have to wait until September, between September 19th to 23rd, to find out the outcome from the ICJ hearings. Kenya will be giving the first petition, actually. Kenya will be giving their first submissions concerning the territorial dispute.